How about now? Is that okay? Are you 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2? Are you guys able to hear me now? Drop a one in the box if you can hear me. Okay. So I was messing around, going back and forth with a couple of the pan frods and stuff. They get really upset with us over our pride for our ancestry. So I was thinking maybe we should, to do a little teaser, you know what I'm saying? Have them on the treadmill a little bit and maybe show them where they need to search for their grandma. Kind of just so they can kind of stay out of our way a little bit. How you doing, Fawn? How are you, beloved? What's up, Pompano? Hi, Yeshua. What's up, Boom Boom? So, I would just kind of like for them to like get out of our way a little bit. So I was thinking of doing a little presentation and maybe you guys can help me. You can drop it in the groups and I'll show them where to start looking for their African records so they can leave us alone. I figure if they get busy doing that, then they'll be too busy not doing that rather than being the gatekeepers that they are. It's almost like they stick their feet out. You know what I'm saying? Right before they think the Indian is going to get to the finish line. Oshio, beloved. So, I want to help them out on their journey because they have a right to their grandmas too. And they should have pride in their grandmas. So this way they can stop worrying about ours. I think it's only fair. Oppression is not good for anybody. So I kind of want to, make sure that they have an appropriate place to place some of that anger. But I want them to stop with the DNA conversations, and I really want them to just get to their own records and stuff like that. So we had the big bad Nigerian, and he acts like he's such an expert on American genealogy, but he is supposedly, like 50% African. His father comes from Nigeria. It's a little difficult story. But they have all of these groups, the Bobby Hemmick groups, and all of these different groups where it's a hostile environment for the American Indian. I don't really understand why it's such a hostile environment, but let's change the fucking climate a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I think we need to change the climate a little bit. And the reason why I say that, because if they knew who they were, they would be so fascinated with their grandma that they don't have time to kill ours. You know what I'm saying? No grandma killers. No grandma killers. This is like so important for them. And they do it to themselves. So yeah, we're gonna this is probably gonna upset a few people, but you do the right thing like Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? It's right. It's righteous for them to know who their people are. You know what I'm saying? It's righteous for them to know the same way it is for us to know. But I need them to get out the way. So part of them getting out the way is getting this work. That's part of it. So this is something that these brothers need to consider reconsidering and stop acting like blinking hyenas. That's how they act. Like damn hyenas on the treadmill. Especially when it comes down to the skin folk and kinfolk, and some of the things that they're willing to subject themselves to for the some of the the people that we go to blows with all the time or whatever. What's up, original lone wolf? But I just wanted to let me just drop this somewhere. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me just drop this. Let's share this video, like this video, share this video, like this video. Let's give the pan some assistance. Perhaps we should, um show them how to search for their granny and stuff like that. And because they claim to be, these genealogists and stuff like that, and I really haven't seen it. So I really personally haven't seen it. I don't know about anybody else, but I just kind of want to let them know that I know what time it is. Just want to let them know I know what time it is. Okay, and they don't gotta go through all this bullshit shenanigans and shit that they're going through. Now, give me a second here. I'm gonna get to it in a second. But I want them to just relax a little bit. You know, that's all I gotta do is just relax. Don't worry about what the Indian is doing. What's up, Ty Hawk? What's up, Ty Hawk? How you doing, beloved? Oh, Lamont Jones, I don't know, honey. I don't think my brothers, my son, or my daddy would know that, appreciate that, honey. Not just like that. It's no one-on-one with strangers, honey. It's no disrespect, but no, darling. Let's see. Let's see. Let's get this screen share going. All right, where do I want to go? I think I have some things out. I'm gonna go back to that record that we had. I'll do that another time. Maybe I'll do that after I show the pan skillets how they can get in the how they can get in their own lane, right? In case they're interested in in their family. Let me see something here. Let me get this shit shaking. Give me 1 second. We're just gonna poke around and show these people how it's going down. Let me see what we got going on here. About records. I mean, since they think they're experts and stuff, there's plenty of things here. I'm gonna show them how to get to it. There's a little legend here that gives them fucking instructions on how to get what they're supposed to get, but they're so busy caught up in the American Indian business that they tend to forget about themselves. So worried about the Indian. So what we're gonna do right now, tag a few people. Maybe this might interest Jabari and Sanetta and all the other pro-black and Pan-Africans and stuff like that. This might be something that they need to see. This might be something that they need to see. Specifically, since they talking all this Africa stuff, now let's just get it all out in perspective. See what they got going on. Let's snoop around over there in their territory. Let's go shit in their hood. Let's go see what's going on. Kick some stones over. Kick a few stones over. Okay, I'll start right here. This is simple enough. I'm going to start right here. I'm going to start right here. Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Hold on 1 second. Let's do this. Let me start on this page here. Okay. This is for you, Pan Fights. This is for you, darlings. This is so that you can get in your rightful place. Hi, Celestine. Let's talk tomorrow. Let's talk tomorrow. And well, let's talk a little later, Lamont Jones. Celestine, darling, let's talk tomorrow. I hope everything is well for you. Drop your website in the chat. Yeah, it looks very clean. The jewelry is very presented very well. Please drop your website in the chat if you feel free, if you'd like to. So let's get to this and let's help these Pan-Africans out. Okay, let's get them a little bit of something that they not used to. Let's do that. Why don't we? Let's do that. Okay. Here it is. Give me 1 second. Here it is. Let's do that. Let's do that. All right. Let me make sure I can see that. Hold on, let me do this. Un momento. Un momento. There we go. Okay. Okay. So now, Nigeria Online Genealogy Records. So for all you Nigerian people, this is how you can reconnect with your past. This is going to be very helpful. Guide to Nigeria Online Genealogy Records for researching ancestry, family history, and genealogy, birth, marriage, census, church, military, immigration, and naturalization records. So somebody tagged Jeremiah and asked him why, oh why, oh why. So this is where the bulk of their records are going to be. Nigerian was under British rule, so you can definitely guarantee that Britain is going to have a bulk of a bunch of these records. There's certainly find a grave. This is very important. This is so this is something that they need to check out. What's up, Renzo? This is something that they need to check out. They know a whole, seem to think they know a whole lot about what's going on with us. But I did a video yesterday, very short, and it really wasn't to insult the brother, but I had to let it be known that he's quite the novice. He's very, for some reason, he's very belligerent, pan skillet, but he is absolutely intrigued and completely hypnotized by, some of the things that we talk about being American Indian. So he's very upset. For some reason, our American Indian grandmothers and grandfathers trigger the hell out of them. I'm not really certain why. They are so angry that we do not claim African heritage. But this is for them to get better, because hating is a disease. Hating is a disease. It's like a cancer, and they need to get better. So this is probably something that needs to be shared for them. This way they can't say that they're crippled. And again, this is like a homework assignment. So you got to give the bad children, the kids that, always misbehaving and shit like that. We always got their feet all over something that ain't supposed to be. Those are now they got something to do. You give them a homework assignment, and they'll probably, go have themselves several seats. Particularly if they can't match themselves to any of the people in Nigeria, right? I want them to stop with the DNA, but I'd like for them also to maybe, be able to prove who they are. They have records that can allow them to do that. So that's their thing. That's what they need to get at. And they need to expand their understanding. Now I know before they have several countries that are now missing. Niger is like a county now and not a country anymore, I don't think. And then you have Zaire just went away. They went to sleep in one country and woke up in two other ones. So I don't know how they letting whole countries and stuff like that move off the goddamn map. But I need them to get themselves together. Hopefully this redirection will do them some well. It'll do them some good. And it'll give them something to do. Like I said, they can't say no one ever told them. Oh, and let's just josh around a little bit. I want to put this guy's last name in. And this is the person whom the video that I did yesterday. He talks, the biggest bunk in the world. Let's see what's going on here. Let me see if I can pull up the video that I did on this overzealous. And it was so funny because the bulk of his ancestry was actually from his maternal side, which may have had an African slave or something like that. Definitely it was a slave. I did see the record, so he's not lying about that. And I believe that person was in fact truly African, but most of his relatives were all American, and they had some really, really interesting names that are attached to huge free people of color, families and such. And he has not been able to prove anything. And he's got records in like Virginia and stuff like that. And Virginia is a very, very good place to find records, even with all of the things that where is that? Here it is. To find records, Virginia has always had a plethora of them. Okay, so here is, I'm gonna just play some of it. I mean, it's my video, so I can do that. Jeremiah asking, but this is his tree. This is his tree. First of all, this is the reason why you can't do nothing with Nigerians. know that, right? I'm going to share the video. I'm going to share the video. So, Jeremiah, you don't really have a lot of African lineage like you say you do you? You don't want to miss this. You don't want to miss this. This is your tree. And I got screenshots, so let me just click on this so we can make sure that everybody knows this is absolutely you. Is that Jerry? Jerry Bear? That's you, right, bud? That is you. That's you. Make sure. Make sure. Okay, so I don't need to show much of that video. I really kind of just wanted to make a point that it's there, it's in a public group. But he talks all of this stuff. Now his father is fairly young, and for his father to be born in the 1900s, he completely lacks the record. So he puts in this article that he's related to some central clan in the township of like a Kua or something like that in Nigeria. And I find that to be bunk. He's probably got some DNA matches or something like that, but it points him to these people. So it would be really interesting to know. Let me put this name in and see what comes up. Now we're in the African records, and you got your brother, the African guy. Let's see what type of names you got here. Okay, so this isn't even in any order. And if this is all they got for the A names, he's not even on there. So that's interesting. None of those surnames are there, but you see that they are compiling a database, and these are family trees. And it looks like they're family trees from some Africans that care about who their grandma is, right? I've never seen, any of the pro-black or the pan skillets or anything try to match relativity to all these fascinating places that they like to drag people off the continent to. So this is the chance for them, an opportunity to prove what it is that they say they are. Because, it looks really bad, especially considering how, they try to dispute and deny our actual recorded ancestry based off of something that they can't absolutely prove. So in the instance where they don't want to rely on the records, I'd like to know how they are getting earned income tax credit. How are they filing for any type of benefit or anything like that without proof that you were born and you were born the son or daughter of said person and said person? Okay. How do you prove that your children are yours? There are records that notify the public that these children are yours or not, right? When you register, or you take a child to school, or you go sign up for something, you have to have something verifying that you are, in fact. So I kind of have a hard time understanding what they're going through. Now, these names are clearly, these are primary names here. So let me try and blow this up a little bit. So I'm going to need them to get it together. I'm going to need them to get it together. I ain't going to go too far into all this, but I just want them to know what they need to know. Surname brand. Oh, isn't that interesting? Oh, that doesn't look like. But these are family trees. There's no records to display, but they should start to, compile their lists. It looks like this is kind of new, fairly new or something like that. Maybe you have to create a login. I'm certainly not going to do that. And but this is probably something that they need to do. Maybe it's not showing me anything because I'm not creating any account or anything like that. But it has branches, families, individuals, media objects, and you get to place the hierarchy and some sources there. So there's that. You always want to check the churches. You definitely want to check Great Britain, they're gonna have the bulk of the shit that you need, right? British Armed Forces and overseas births and baptisms. Yeah, y'all might want to get next to that. Definitely want to get next to that. So here are overseas bans and marriages. Nigeria, hey, okay. So now this is your chance to get at your grandparents. Get a good hold of some of the information that you know that we have, and it seems that you're very angry that we have it. Well, now, I would like for you to have it. We, the American Indian community, would like for you to have it. It's yours to have. This is yours to have. It is not ours. It does not belong to us. We have American Indian heritage. You have Nigerian heritage. And you are quite proud of that, as you should be. As you should be. That's for sure. So, I'm just hoping that y'all get on it and get to what you need to get to. So, like I said, a lot of your stuff is going to be at the National Archives in London. So you want to get next to them, like I said. It's going to be, there's a Public Records Act, so there's that. And that's the reference to the legal mandate that says that you guys are entitled to have records as well. Let me also show you a little spicy meatball. Give me 1 second. Let me figure this out right here. Got another spicy meatball. Just so you guys know, some of these people are full of malarkey, full of Bolda Dash. Let me see. Let me get to this Let me see. There is all sorts of new records. I want you guys to see. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry about that. Here we go. And I ain't gonna study them too much. I'm gonna get back into our shit. This ain't our cup of fucking Hennessy. You know what I'm talking about? I'm talking about, baby. But I just wanted you guys to see all of these new collections, records, right? So you got funeral programs here, and this is pretty much for us, but there are definitely some things that Mexico, find a grave out. So now the Blanca Mientos, they got somewhere to point to their ancestors, because they don't have a lot of information. So a lot of those things are just now being uploaded and updated. They're being uploaded and updated. So now you have Norwegian Find a Grave, New Zealand Cemetery Records, which is really cool. And this is for a global thing. This is the one thing that we all could be united on, like on a global scale, and that is participating in Find a Grave. And that is making sure that everyone has their marker and it's digitized. That's something that everyone in their respective nations in which they live would be able to participate in, and that be something on a global scale where nobody's dead is forgotten, right? It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing at all. But other than that, we all have different problems. We have different fixes, different solutions, and there's nothing wrong with us compartmentalizing that and separating and isolating that. Right now, the situation outside of us partnering up or allying up, before we actually get our political position and perspective as a whole, as American Indians, we have to go into deep treatment with each other. We all gonna be stuffed in one little straitjacket until we learn how to get together and get the fuck along before we start dealing with all this other shit. We got to get this other bully out of the way, but it's going to take for us to be solid with each other first, right? Okay, so yeah, let's see what else you got here. Denmark church records. So now these might be about something. You know why? Because they were in South Africa. So for the South African people, you want to look at your colonizers, you got your Germans, find a grave. There's going to be so many different things. And now look, you got some, Morelos, Mexico, Catholic Church records. This should be interesting as hell, especially since, Oh yeah, this is going to be interesting. 1598. I'm definitely going to look into that catalog. I'm just a genealogy buff like that. I look at a lot of shit, and those type of things break up the monotony. But got some different things. So you got some more parts of the 1870 census. Then this is back in October that was uploaded. So there's still documents that have not even been scanned in for us to view. That's why these catalogs appear to be as new. That's why they appear to be as new. They're new because they're newly updated, newly added, and they are available. So get to it. And then some of these are really cool, like now for the Moors, this might be good. You have Hessen, Nassau, Germany's civil registers and church books from 1692. So that would give you guys some way to fit into antiquity, right? Because you got to place yourselves in Germany, France. You guys ruled Europe and stuff like that, right? So yeah, England, select births. I have some grandparents that I was able to find through here, and beyond that as well. Ended up in a 1100s city in London. That was as far back as that went on that particular line. But yeah, so you guys should be able to find some of those European relatives that you say well, you don't really mention them, but I'm telling you, from 1538, if you want to see if your folks were Moors back in 1538, this might be somewhere you go. You definitely want to look in Ireland, Scotland, and in those areas. Perhaps see if your folks got names like Habsburgs, or maybe some Iberian Peninsula names, maybe Portuguese or Castilian or something like that. And then there's some Arab names that you would have being from Spain and Morocco and all of that, considering that they were still Spanish protectorates. And most of a large portion of the population of the so-called indigenous Castilian, they're of Spain, but they're Castilian, and there's a couple other languages that they are, or ethnicities that they are. But they are Muslim in faith. They have Muslim names, and they have Arabic names as well. So, maybe as far as that's concerned, some of these Moors will find their genealogy through some of these records that have antiquity. There should be some Moors in Finland, right? Because they were all over. They were global people, so they say. So here's a Finland pre-confirmation books and communion books and whatnot. And these start in 1670. So you guys can find your places in antiquity as well. So this should be interesting. This 2020 census is bringing about a thing where everybody gonna have to break themselves. Tell them who you with. Tell them who you with. Who you running with. This is going to be really, really dope. Hey, Martha, how are you? Hi, Lady Gemini. This is going to be a really big show. I'm telling y'all, it's going to be real dope. So back to the skillets. Yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time on this shit with them, but I definitely wanted them to get a whiff of where to get in, where they fit in. You know what I'm saying? They can definitely, check out Great Britain and see what type of things they got going on with their information. Maybe collect some of their artifacts. Maybe get a petition or something going. A nice public prayer. I don't know what happened here. A nice public prayer to Great Britain, the former colonizer, and perhaps the Republic for which, let me see, what is that, Nigeria? I don't know if Nigeria is a republic or not. I know Congo is. I'm not really certain the type of government that is. I do not assume that it's a republic, especially considering, the trafficking and kidnappings, the scams and whatnot. So there's some things they got to get a hold of their baby kids. They are the baby kids of the continent, from my understanding. Right now, South Africa's trying to get them out. Like, nobody wants to deal with them. They're like the problem children of the entire continent. So we'll see how this all shakes out politically for them. But again, I just kind of really just wanted them to get in their lane, like get a lane and get in it. I know this isn't much, but it's more than they've been teaching. It's more than Dr. John Henry Clark or any of these fascinating Dr. Binyo Kanan and all these other Dr. Amos and all these other wonderful African scholars, your Baba Haruz and and the whatnots and all of that. Well, this is a start. This is more than I've ever really heard Dr. Smalls talk about, or any of these people that support and subscribe to the Darwinism, the out of Africa theory, and certainly to the ones that subscribe to grandma killing, where they suggest that we abandon all of our history, everything that we know here in America, and deny our existence here prior to everyone coming over, to our house party and leaving their fucking footprints all over the goddamn couch. People forgot to wipe their feet at the welcome mat. And here it is, we're trying to clean up and do a deep treatment, and we got a lot of people in the way. Just some guests that won't leave. So, we're gonna have to fix a few things. We just gotta fix a few things. Just kind of point them in a direction and let them go where they need to go, because the fact of the matter is they got a lot of work to do, and they are completely behind the 8 ball. They're absolutely behind the 8 ball. But I ain't gonna spend too much time on that. This ain't about them. Y'all give me not even 2 minutes. I'm about to get right back on. We getting right back into our American Indian shit. This is just to let them know. And throughout the week, I'll probably be sending them little hints and clues to get the fuck on out the way and get the fuck on in their own granny business and do what they need to do. So don't go too far. I'm about to come right back. And we're gonna do our thing on our shit. I just wanted them hyenas on the treadmill to chase that motherfucking Frank. Chase that Frank. Leave the Indian alone. Stay out the way. Love is love. Don't go too far, y'all. I'll be right back.